Emily stood at the altar with tears in her eyes, not because she loved the man waiting for her, but because she had just signed away her future. The billionaire smiled as if he had won the biggest prize of his life. What Emily didn't know was that this marriage had never been about money. It was about a secret someone had kept hidden for 20 years. And once she discovered the truth, everything changed. Emily Parker was 26 years old. She worked double shifts at a small coffee shop in Chicago. Every dollar she earned went toward paying her mother's medical bills. After her father died, life became a constant struggle. She stopped dreaming, stopped dating, stopped believing that things could ever get better. One rainy evening, she received a phone call that would change everything. Her mother's treatment had become more expensive. Without another payment, the hospital couldn't continue. Emily sat alone outside the building, crying. That's when a black luxury car pulled up beside her. A man in an expensive suit stepped out. "Miss Parker?" She nodded. "My employer would like to meet you." The mansion looked like something out of a movie. Inside waited Alexander Hayes, one of the youngest billionaires in America. 40 years old, cold, reserved, impossible to read. He looked directly into Emily's eyes. "I'll pay every medical bill your family will ever have." Emily froze. "There is one condition." She swallowed. "You marry me." Silence filled the room. Emily almost laughed. She thought it was a joke. It wasn't. Alexander slid a contract across the table. 1 year. Public marriage. No questions. No personal relationship required. In return, $10 million. Emily walked away. But that night, she looked at her mother's hospital bed. And she signed. The wedding made headlines. The billionaire marries an unknown waitress. The internet exploded. Everyone assumed Emily was a gold digger. Thousands of hateful comments flooded social media. Alexander never defended her. At home, he barely spoke. Every morning he left before sunrise. Every evening he returned late. Sometimes, Emily wondered why he even wanted a wife. Weeks passed. Then strange things started happening. She noticed old family photos inside the mansion. Photos of people she'd never met. But one picture made her stop breathing. Her father, standing beside Alexander. 25 years earlier, Emily confronted him immediately. "You knew my father." Alexander closed his eyes. For a long moment, he said nothing. Finally, he spoke. "Your father saved my life." Years ago, both men had worked together. One terrible accident changed everything. Emily's father sacrificed himself to protect Alexander. Before he died, he made Alexander promise one thing. "If anything ever happens to my family, protect them." Alexander searched for Emily for years, but she had moved away, changed cities, changed her last name after her mother's remarriage. He only found her months ago. The marriage was never about love. It was about keeping a promise. Emily couldn't stop crying. Everything she believed had been wrong. Alexander had never wanted anything from her. He simply didn't know another way to help. Over the next few months, their fake marriage slowly became real. They started having breakfast together, watching movies, laughing, talking about life. For the first time in years, Alexander smiled. Not for cameras, not for business, for her. One evening, Emily asked him a simple question. "If the contract ends tomorrow, what happens?" Alexander looked down. "You'll finally be free." Emily reached across the table, tore the contract in half. "I don't want freedom. I want you." Months later, they stood together at another wedding ceremony. This time, without reporters, without contracts, without pretending. Only love. Real love. The kind neither of them expected to find. Sometimes, life doesn't give us the love we dream about. It gives us the love we need. And sometimes, the greatest promises become the greatest love stories. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and tell us in the comments. Would you marry a stranger to save some?